Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 15th episode of the Defiance Central Podcast. As usual, I'm Jenbuu, and with me is Cal and Matt.
Hello, guys.
What's up?
Are you happy this week, Cal? I'll put you in second.
I'm happier, yes.
Right, now, there's been some interesting game news this week. We've had the announcement of patch 1.020, and they've nicknamed this one, Buckshot? So this is the one that Sledgehammer, when he was on the podcast, not last week, the week before, was telling us about, and it's actually a huge essay of text, isn't it?
Yes, I think it solves a lot of the outstanding things that were kind of left over from launch. So I think a lot of the outstanding bug reports and stuff like that were kind of collected in here and pushed out in this big patch.
There's one that I think that everybody's going to be seeing, and that's the significant shotgun tuning. So I wonder what they're going to do to that, how that's going to be balanced so that everything else is, making it more balanced in both PvP and PvE.
I'm calling it now. There's going to be wine, so I'm going to stock on cheese.
Yes, stock the cheese for the wine. No, everybody gets complacent, don't they? When they find a weapon that works, it happened with infectors. It happened with shotguns, then it happened with infectors, then it's basically going to happen with shotguns again. It all depends. Do you think they're going to be nerfing the power outage or the damage output?
I think what they did, if I read the patch now, I think what they did is they made it in such a way that like the effectiveness of being able to take someone down, like not pure damage, but like time-wise, I think they're bringing that more in line with the rest of the weapon, which is actually quite accurate. And if they're smart, I hope they also take into account that aiming a shotgun does not take that much skill.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. The rate of fire change on the auto fragger, and also a recoil increase on the TAC auto shotgun. So
yeah, that and the mag size of the legendaries are like reduced, or like the bonuses you can get from like a legendary weapon is reduced. Which, for example, I have a shotgun and I fully expect it to be like nerfed. I think it has it's a pump action shotgun with like 17 rounds, meaning that I almost never have to reload.
17.
I have
yes.
one like that, and it is glorious.
Well,
it won't be.
It won't be. Which I fully support, to be honest.
I support balancing, but I like my shotgun.
Personally, I cannot wait to start like seeing some more weapons in PvP and seeing how the community picks it up. Besides whining about it, of course.
Well, for the next, at least week and a half, 2 weeks, Matt, you're gonna have the forums explode with, oh, this just happened, that's happened.
The sky is falling.
Yeah, the sky is
falling.
I have an honest question for you two, because Defiance is the only MMO where I've actually I may not post on the forums, but I normally don't even read the forums for an MMO when it first releases. Is it always this bad?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes and no, depending on what game.
I mean, the last few years, yes, it's always this bad. Was it always this bad? No.
Okay.
Does Defiance have it especially rough because it's both Xbox, PS3, and PC users? I think yes.
Yeah.
People have got, this is just alienating most of the gamer base here, a lot of people get lazy. They find a really good setup, or when I say really good setup, they find a better than intended setup. And then when it gets brought back into line.
That's not really what Matt means, though. He means more of the like atmosphere and feeling on gaming forums.
Well, I understand, how people act on the internet. It's not necessarily good, but it seems kind of a little bit to the extreme with the Defiance.
Nah, it's the same on every gaming forum. I think, in my opinion, the best gaming forums are either like very early times when the forums just open. It's
always
great.
Like when we were on it and there was only like 6 people.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
that time it was amazing.
I mean, I've had that for all the major games that I followed, and then you have like your early beta forums where there's also like a select group of diehard fans on there. Then it's always like really cozy feeling, but you just cannot get that with like tens of thousands of users. That's just impossible. So I mean, most of the time, like after a while, I go from like actively posting on a forum to just reading it, because I will otherwise just, I don't know.
I read and then I post our podcast thread. That's it. It's a little ridiculous, but no, now we just get to look at our join date and then feel better than everyone else.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Did you just say that?
Post count and join date, Jesus. Right, going slightly off topic there. There is so much to cover from these patch notes. We're just going to take some of the key aspects. If you're thinking about, we're not telling you everything, you can either go to our website, or you can actually go to the official forums, and the patch notes are on there. It is a lot of rebalancing, a lot of tweaking. They've, if I remember rightly as well, they've moved emergencies, they've added emergencies, have they added emergencies?
No, they did not add emergencies. They just moved them to not be in the way of races.
Yeah.
They added
a lot of people really hate.
Looks like they added some voiceovers.
Yeah, voiceovers and stuff like that. There is general balancing over the arc falls, Mutant Scrapper and Hellbug. Fixed stuff where things haven't spawned right. Just going.
FREIGHTYARD, damn defense. Yay!
Yay! Yes, so.
FREIGHTYARD!
Okay, guys. I hate to be like skeptical, but I'm just not going to plan tomorrow to stream all day on FREIGHTYARD. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to log in. I'm just going to see if it's there. If it's not, it's no big deal. I won't get my hopes. So if it is, I will have a blast.
Right, quick history for the guys who have either not taken notice of FREIGHTYARD, who probably actually don't know what FREIGHTYARD is, or have just not bothered listening. FREIGHTYARD is a capture and hold PvP. It is a medium, well, would we class it as a medium?
Yeah, it's a medium-sized map.
Yeah, it's a medium-sized map. And basically there was a critical error on launch which made them pull it down. Now, since then, it has tried to come back twice.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it has failed each time. For some reason, the weekly pursuit keeps coming into rotation as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, which is the most of the frustration of people, I think.
And some of the people that haven't reached 5,000 ego and are nearly there, they need that pursuit to reach it as well. Now, the last time it hit, basically, since everybody has been using well, not everybody, but the vast majority have been using infectors, the bugs that the infectors spawn got to the point where it actually crashed the server. It overloaded the server, and thus brought it down, so that's why they removed it again. So, hopefully, all this has been fixed, and it comes back.
That's really depressing.
That
map has tried to come back twice.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, we say that, then we launch tomorrow, and the frickin' boxes have become self-aware.
You just know when they push the update live, they're going to be there and they're going to be looking at the FREIGHTYARD screen and they're going to go, oh crap.
Another
if it goes wrong.
It's like it disappears right before you click on the Q button.
Oh, that would be awesome if they would add it so that the button would move around. Just like switch position. No, yeah, it's in, but you're not queuing for it. No, we're not doing it.
Click. No. Click. No. Damn it. Anyway,
there's one more thing that I think a lot of people are excited for, is that they are adding more fast travel points. And I think a lot of people have always like had this grievance with like, well, there's just quite a bit of travel time to certain Aquafall locations, and I think they're like kind of fixing that.
It's a pain when you're trying to get around San Francisco, isn't it? Because there is actually only one travel point.
I don't think they added fast travel points in San Francisco, though.
Oh, well, we can hope.
So, Coit Tower, is that a skyscraper? It could be a skyscraper.
Yeah.
That would make sense, because that's in the north. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
One thing I do like, and that's with the mods. The mods that show up as vendor specials are now going to be of a higher quality.
Yeah, so we're now going to do more vendor camping.
Yes, more vendor camping. But, no, it's nice for those people who don't actually do the side missions.
Oh, and they fixed the synergy mod caches, so you have a wider range of synergy mods that are dropping. So that's some nice stuff to spend your key codes on, most likely as well. Because usually, for those who are not aware, they drop melee and reload synergies, which are both not that awesome.
Yeah. There's one thing that I've actually seen as well. You can now purchase titles.
Yeah, the vehicle vendors.
Wasn't the thing before, though?
Yeah, yes.
I'm sorry,
no,
guys.
those are
It's
different
really
vendors.
later, so when I'm yawning, it's not like I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
He's just tired of Defiance, guys. Send all your letters. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Matt Trek at Defiance-Central.com. That's where it all goes. Tell him you hate him. That's all.
Center rates there. Center rates there.
It's not.
No.
I don't own that mail server, so.
That's even better.
No. You can purchase titles from a hidden vendor.
Yeah, but
Title.
Okay.
They're just cosmetic.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
Just cosmetic. I mean, a lot of games live off cosmetics.
I did want that black Challenger. God, no! What have I done?
Oh wow!
No,
It's not me this time. Right, there is this huge section for you as well, Matt. The user interface.
I saw it. I saw that section, and none of it's what I wanted. Except they've now fixed the voice settings problem.
Yes. Actually, is there a push to talk in?
Just don't encourage.
No, I think you can actually set a push to talk, I believe, but most people just turn it off.
No, you cannot set a push.
You can?
No.
Not yet.
I'm surprised. Like, I'm not trying to rat on anybody, but it seems it took a while to fix that voice setting bug.
Well, it's interesting because that voice setting bug was fixed for me, so
okay.
A small group of people, it might still be bugged, but I never have issues with that after they fixed it the first time.
Yeah, I have been having issues.
Curious why it's on there again. But so it might just be for specific cases or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe new players who never had the bug before or something like that. I don't know.
Well, whatever. It's fixed now.
Yay!
Other than that, there has been some basic fixes, like we were saying, logging queue bug fixes for the PC, frame rate issues when you're near water on the Xbox, and also the back-to-back logins on the PlayStation 3. So there are bug fixes across the board, not only as the game as a whole, but also as different platforms as well. I think that's all that I want to speak about on that. What do you think? Is there anything else that you want to pick up from the actual patch notes?
No, let's move on.
They did actually add another fast travel point to Bloodbath Turnout. Wherever that is. Just on top
That's
of
in Mount Tam.
Yeah,
it's interesting because they say West Mount Tam. West Mount Tam already has two, unless I'm mistaken.
No, it has
so
three.
I'm interested where Bloodbath Turnout is. We'll have to see.
Oh, that may be one of the new areas. Like,
right.
Okay, well, whatever. Let's move on.
Right, going from the other announcements of last week with the DLCs and the stuff that they talk about on Across the Badlands, the replay weekends are that they've been promising are coming. That's one thing that I really like. This weekend, I think it is. Over, what is it? Is it Memorial Day in the States?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, over the weekend, by the looks of it, you can replay the pre-release, pre-show episode missions.
Is there a screenshot yet of like replay weekends are coming?
There's an article on the blog where they're saying, now this is where, hang on one second, drop something. This is where I'm slightly confused, because prior to recording this podcast, I took the painstaking pleasure of watching Across the Badlands on Twitch. So if you know what I'm like with Twitch, I absolutely hate the VOD player. Now, Matt in there said that we would be able to, if you've already gone through the content that you've already completed it, that you'll be able to replay it. But the blog says otherwise.
Oh, we'll have to see.
So I'm not quite sure what's going to be going on there.
I would love to do it again, too, because then I can capture the cutscenes.
Yes, I would love to play it again, just for, like you were saying, the being able to capture the cutscenes, and also to, because it was a really good story, the prequel stuff, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I quite enjoyed it. But basically, it's the one where you meet Nolan and Orisa, for those who have played it. And, yeah, you get to do an artful with them, don't you?
Yes.
So no, anyway, from Friday, May 24th through Monday, June 3rd, I think it says on the blog. So that's a week. Is it a week?
It's just under, well, it's 2 days.
Just over.
Well, wait, hold on.
No, just over a week. 2 days over a week.
Yeah.
That you'll be able to play it.
I misunderstood the question. By the way, just something I want to point out. You were talking about how he said that you would be able to replay them. It also says here on the blog that they are working to allow future rewind events to allow all players a chance to replay this content. So maybe the information he had was a little bit outdated and they hadn't gotten that working yet.
It was intended but might not make it in then.
Yeah.
It will not make it in then. I think that's the logical conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't know, because doesn't Matt write the blog?
It was outdated when the thing aired.
I don't think so.
I know he's written some of them in the past, but...
Well, I think it's not always written by the same person. That's what I mean anyway. But it doesn't matter.
Right, on top of that, we've finally seen some of the images for the DLC that is coming with the Vulge.
I am re-rolling.
I quite like the look of them as well. Although right, if you watched Across the Badlands, they posted a couple of screenshots of the Castatins and also the Vulge. Now, on the Castathin thing, Matt, if you can link these in the description, it also shows what looks to be the charge rifle.
Also, if you're watching a YouTube video, they're on the screen now. Bam! They're there. Look at them. They're pretty.
Wow! Production value.
Dude. Right, yeah. The charged sniper rifle. So, that, it looks kind of beefy. And, you can also see, the charge blade and the ceremonial mask that you can get for, completing the, arena. No, but, yeah, I quite like the look of the models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very Keston.
Very Keston.
Also, could be Star Wars race that I can't think of. Yeah.
Oh, stop it with the lightsabers.
There is no Star Wars race which is that pale.
I know. It doesn't even make any sense what I said. What?
Matt, go to the corner.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't know your Star Wars lore, don't speak about Star Wars.
I just woke up, okay? I'm sorry.
It's freaking midday for you. We're the ones who are supposed to be asleep.
What do you mean midday? It's evening for him.
Yeah, I woke up at like 7. Well, I mean, I was up before then. I just took a nap.
Okay,
right.
Anyway.
We also saw the Vulture.
Rant about Expo.
No, we're not even touching that today.
Okay, sorry.
We'll probably start doing a random podcast soon.
I think we should.
Yeah.
For a moment I was like, guys, are we still recording? Hello? Okay, I see, guys. I see how it is. Never mind.
The Vulture image is kind of cool as well with that big ass. What did they call them in the show?
They have a specific name for it? Oh, you mean the weapon?
They have a specific name.
Are they called the cold rifle, cold fire, something like that? It was in the first.
Or are they kind of smaller than in the series?
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to use the same skeletal architecture, really, aren't they? So they're gonna have to shrink them a little bit.
Well, I don't know if we had to, because we had some interesting camera angles too.
Yeah, but you had them riding through them on bikes, and they were still smaller.
I like the modeling of them in game more than I like them in the series.
Yeah, they are nice. I have to say.
I've also noticed though that like the graphics of this series is like much higher than it was on the pilot. So maybe if they're making an appearance again in the series, it's going to be different.
Aye.
But we'll get to that.
Right, along with the Vulture, we now, well, in the DLC, we're gonna have the sieges, aren't we?
No, they're going to be released before the DLC.
Well, yes.
As part of the crossover content. So we're probably going to have another siege somewhere. Yes. And that's going to be the introduction of the sieges. Matt
explained them like another world event, didn't he?
Yes, where you either kill certain enemy types or you capture and hold certain objectives, meaning that it's basically a control point objective game against, I think, NPCs, because I think it's a PvE.
Yeah, you would think that it would be, or it would be your point score.
No, I think it's a great idea, but here's something that I am kind of disappointed in. We have 4 different arcfoes, if my count is right, like major arcfoes.
Yeah.
I would kind of have expected them to like add more onto that before like introducing a new set of dynamic events.
Yeah. This was actually a topic that I wanted to bring up that we never actually got a chance to bring up, was the fact that there's not enough variety in the arcfoes. There's only 4 major ones.
Yes. Which we've all seen like a million times by now, they're all still fun.
They're not bad.
But there's just so much potential there. I wouldn't say wasted potential, but there's just so much potential there where I think that in a relatively less, well, not a hell of a lot of resources, there could be so much extra playability there.
Yeah, I fully agree with that, but you've also got to think that they've been asked for more, for different content.
On the other hand, so if they would have said we're bringing you 4 more arcfoes in this DLC, it would have made less of an impact than saying we're bringing you sieges. I mean, that's definitely true.
People would have then, going back to what we were talking about earlier, with how forums are and stuff like that, people would have complained that that the DLC would be a waste of money or something like that if it was just adding more.
Yeah, but I mean, people are going to say that anyway too. But I mean, it makes it a little bit more open for like, I don't know, paying for something that is already in the game basically. And this is actually something new that they're developing. It's a new dynamic mechanic. It's a new way of bringing content in the world. So, I mean, it's much more fitting to have that in the deals. I still hope that we will see some more major arcfoes.
I'm looking forward to having a go at it.
And especially like major arcfoes with like mutants, major arcfoes with raiders or whatever. Especially with dark matter would be enjoyable.
Oh, dark matter ones, damn.
I can already see it, a bunch of towers, and you're in the middle, and all these snipers are shooting at you. And they constantly respawn. Have fun, GG.
You'd never stop rolling, would you?
I would.
You would when they hit you.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely going to be fun if you have 50 people there and the snipers scale.
Oh,
so
God.
you have like 50 people and you have like, I don't know, 20 snipers.
Dink, 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 dink.
Boom,
dink.
headshot, infinity damage.
Okay, it's probably best if we're not in charge of designing nature. I think we will make people rage. I think in general, my opinion of how difficult something needs to be is a little bit like too high anyway.
We're gonna make a game. We're gonna call it Rage. Wait.
No, but saying that, going along with how the game is and stuff like that. Even if you like a set of weapons and then you go into a place or do a mission or something like that, it could actually just be the wrong set of weapons and it'll make life 10 times harder for you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did the final part of the Rin storyline and I had the complete wrong weapons on me when I went into that solo instance. The shields went down, but the health didn't. Balls.
I am pretty sure I haven't spoken about this yet, but when the DLC is released, I will be re-rolling, and I'm actually contemplating to re-roll and only use Castium Blade, just screw weapon. I don't care how long it takes. We'll just use the blade. I think it will be fantastic to play around with.
We should make a video series where it's like the three of us just go around with the blade. We'll do that. Record all the session and see how fun it is. Right. The only other couple of things that we want to touch on with the game is there has been new items in the cash shop released. And the items are available on the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC. It's basically more outfits. If you go through our YouTube library, when the game was in open beta, I did a video which showed every single outfit that was in there. Now, a lot of them got taken away from launch, and some of the stuff like the Spec Ops Hero, the Coda Knight and stuff like that, they've come back in. And I don't know if their prices will be the same or whatnot, but go take a look. And people seem to like the video, so we'll try and do more of that stuff later on. And what was the other one that I was going to say? They did another Intel block, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yes.
I must have missed that one.
I didn't see that one.
Intel about?
No.
Can I be ashamed?
Hold on, I got this. Yeah, Intel.
Unless you mean a salvage one, because that's the last one I saw.
Yeah, I don't... It wasn't a video, it was more just of an article talking about the data recorders and what they are and personal intels. Basically...
Oh, I did see that link. Yes,
yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Basically, if you don't listen to them, have a listen to them because they have some really good storylines. I know with the Rin episode missions, I picked them up, I didn't listen to them, and then I thought, crap. What was on there, because I was just going from one place to another and not listening to him. And it really shed some light on what was going on, wasn't it?
Yes, I mean, the stories in there are actually fantastic. Especially if you're into lore. They're a great way to, put lore in a game. Because, I mean, for those of you who played, I don't know,
BioShock.
Dragon Age, where you have 1 million books to pick up, and the first 3 you read and you're really excited about them, but then you get 20 an hour and you're like, yeah, if I start reading this, then I'll never finish this game.
But he was giving an example of another game that did it like this. Sorry, I was wrong. I apologize. Sorry, I interrupted you. Oh god.
Wait, what? You didn't say anything, I think, but whatever.
No, I said when you said Dragon Age, I said BioShock. I was thinking you were giving an example of another game that did it like this.
No. And the way Defiance does it, I'm really wishing that more games would do it like that, because then I can just continue with my gameplay, play it in the background. If I miss it or if I get interrupted, I can just play it again, or I can just sit around while chatting and then just play it again to like fully understand the lore. It's just a great way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to do that instead of going and reading books.
Right, so I think that's everything that we want to cover for the game today. I'm just having a quick look on the forum, see if anything comes to mind, and I don't think it does. No. So, the time that some of you people have been waiting for.
Yay!
I know you really do like this, Matt. It's time to speak about the TV show. Now, before we go any further...
Wait, there's a TV show?
Yes, there's a TV show.
This game has a TV show as well?
Yes, it airs on the Sci-Fi on the Monday and in the US and the Tuesday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're like intertwined. It's great. You should check it out sometime.
Wow.
Yeah, these episode missions, yeah, that's what they are. No, anyway, right. If you haven't seen the show, I'm like Greg, who's overload duty on this. I hate to say it, but come back once you've watched it and have a natter. Well, listen to us have a natter about it. But this week, what was this week's episode called?
Oh God, I never pay attention to
names. Why do you always ask me the questions I don't know?
You ask me these questions I don't understand. Hold on, I'll find out.
It's like being the kid in school who didn't do his homework, and you're always picked. Like, you tell me what this and this in German means.
It's called Brothers in Arms, and the sad part is I actually took note of that when I watched it today. But yeah, it's called Brothers in Arms.
Okay, that's a very fitting title, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how much I just facepalmed my hand then.
I don't read the names of the episodes. I just watched them and suck up all of that great soundtrack. Creedence Clearwater at the end.
Right. This week was a very interesting episode. I think it's probably one of my favorite ones.
You say that every week?
I know, they each get better as they go along. No, but this week shows a lot of backstory into the Pale Wars, Nolan, even the Doc. The Doc seems to have a sordid history, doesn't she?
I honestly, all that stuff went right over my head. I never really understood what was going on with the Doc and the guy.
Tell me something, man. Why do we keep you on the podcast?
I mean, because otherwise we need to do the YouTube and recording ourselves, and it's fun to have.
Yes. I hope to be a part of your future endeavors.
We appreciate you, Matt. No worries.
Honestly, though, you'll have to explain to me a little bit because I seriously didn't.
So, do we know the name of the researcher? Anyway, the crazy researcher, basically the Christian Albert Einstein. Actually, that's a bad reference.
Madness.
I don't know. Einstein wasn't happy about killing people.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Okay. Any science people, I'm sorry for pissing you off.
Right.
Please keep listening.
Basically, the main character, well, the main bad guy in this episode was a Castathan called was it Paul Mattis?
Yes.
Yes.
Who basically is a WMD designer, a weapon of mass destruction designer, who created, I can't even remember what it's called.
Yeah, something with fire.
Yeah, I want to call it Wildfire, but
yeah,
it's
but
not. That's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
Napalm, or I don't know.
Basically, he designed a load of destructive agents that was used during the Pale War, and Nolan's squad also got attacked by this, so he had a certain resentment against the fella, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there were some issues.
Just a few.
Oh, yeah.
But it opens up with this Castathan in the in the actual marketplace, and another human person spotting him and chasing him, and then he ends up setting a charge off like a grenade in the middle of town, and Nolan comes, kicks his butt, arrests him, and then gets a gun pointed at him, doesn't he?
Yep.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the show starts.
Yeah. No, but this bounty hunter is someone from Nolan's past, someone who fought in the 9th with him. What was he called? Eddie. Eddie.
I love that guy.
He was good.
I hope he's coming back. I don't think so, but I hope he's being thrown in there again.
I doubt it.
Well, I hate to go straight to the ending, but, well, actually, let's go anyway, because he was like, let's do it anyway. Do you think he blew himself up, or is he using the explosive to get away?
Blue.
He didn't blow himself up. I mean, what's his name was able to get out of the jail cell without killing himself.
Yeah.
But this is a driving transport.
Did you blow the doors off the back of it?
With like the guys with like
with
full
guns.
auto.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Right next to.
And the 4 other cars in the convoy as well. Anyway, we are getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
And I just made you lose your train of thought.
Yay,
bonus points.
No, it turns out to be Eddie, who is now bounty hunting and is after this Paul Mattis guy. And he doesn't particularly tell Nolan the exact truth, does he?
Mm-mm.
I mean...
what do you expect to answer?
He doesn't.
How can we even respond to that?
No, I mean, I normally speak more about the game, and you
So essentially, Eddie tells Nolan that he's very low on script, and that Paul Madison, or whatever his name is pretty much his ticket to getting as much money as he needs. That the E-Rep... It is the E-Rep, right? There's not a separate... the Earth Republic. Yeah, okay. That the Earth Republic is very interested, or wants to chart, like, basically punish him for war crimes committed during the Pale Wars. And Nolan is kind of on the fence about just handing him over because he's killed, several civilians, citizens of Defiance. But he also kind of wants to help out his friend, and then he takes it to Amanda, and Amanda's kind of like, well, we can kind of use him as a bargaining chip to get approval of the, the Grav Rail?
Yep.
Yeah.
The railway? And then so that's kind of like a setup. It's not, well, you know what I mean. And that's kind of like the setup for the kind of the main plot of the episode.
There's a few different ones going on at the same time, isn't there?
As always.
There's one really nice clarification in there between like the dialogue of Nolan and Eddie, is that you actually do find out that Ferris has put a bounty on him.
Oh yes,
I was really like happy to see that being cleared up, because it was kind of being left out there in the pilot.
And I knew that we were all going to be happy when we talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah. But come on, $250,000 script.
Look, Ferris got a lot of money.
I would turn Matt in for that. I would hold him at gunpoint and deliver him. I'd have no issue with that.
It's fine.
Okay. No, but yeah, it is a really nice thing that there is that crossover back from the game onto the TV show. I mean, if we can keep stuff like that, that means Rin may come back into the show and stuff like that. Or even though it may be difficult, I would love to see Cooper on the show. But doesn't a white guy do his voice? From what I've seen on the forums.
Look, we have the technology.
Well, I mean, if the voice is the only thing stopping that, I'd say screw the voice. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a role that needs to be played. I'm not really that upset if the voice doesn't exactly match.
Yeah, Cooper's pretty great.
I would also like to believe that, like, Tryon and Cypher had the foresight to actually, like, model their characters in such a way that crossover events would always be kind of possible.
Last Butler. Get Von Buck over on there.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Have the CEO of Tryon on the show. I would love that, even if it's like a few
just in the background,
or something. Have Von Buck there. It would be wow.
No, all I have to do is have it like pop up on like a news broadcast or news screen or something.
Yeah,
like, oh, Von Buck was killed today or whatever.
No, there's like we were saying, there's a few different stories that go on in here. There's the Eddie Nolan one. There is the EMC. Sorry, is it EMC or EREP?
EREP. Those are all EREP guys. I think. Well, they have the EMC with them, but that guy in particular was EREP.
Yeah. You've got their one trying to get the railroad and
had an awesome outfit.
The extradition treaty. There is Quentin and his artifact storyline, which
got interesting.
That got interesting.
Yeah. I was actually a little bit annoyed with the entire ghost of his brother plot.
Yeah.
That was not a highlight of the TV series for me at the moment.
Right. I'm not sure.
Maybe okay. The only thing that would satisfy me in that is something like where that artifact actually gives you the power to.
There you go.
Like communicate with like I don't know essences of life force of people who are still around somewhere,
so
something like that. But if it's just like an hallucination or him like, I don't know. So, it would. I wouldn't like it.
Let me explain the scenes that happen there quickly to people. So basically, the first scene that we see with Quentin is him in I think it was a kitchen with his dad Wraith. And his dad I skipped a scene. The first scene that we see Quentin in is he's in, I guess it was what was it, a bus that had been retrofitted into a...
Yeah, it's the diner where his sister works.
Okay. The diner, and he's kind of looking over some books that have some symbols in it that are related to the artifact, or that he believes are related to the artifact, and they're marked in the mines. And what's her name? The former mayor. I don't remember her name. Mayor Nikki walks over and shows an
high interest,
somewhat unusual interest in the emblems and whatnot. And then you have what's his name sitting in the background.
The guy that we can never remember his name of.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to matter.
Birch.
Oh, yeah, Birch.
It's Birch, and sadly he's been removed from the series.
Yeah.
This scene and the scene that follows with Wraith Macaulay, it's of a particular interest because the way he says it, he actually like already knows that the old mayor is like not really the nicest.
She's very dangerous.
Well, that she's a dangerous person, which is not something that we saw from the pilot. We just saw an old mayor retiring basically.
Yeah. Well, it was watching when she approached him, it was like, hey Quentin, and it's like, hey Aunt Nikki. So there must have been that bit of used to be trust in there or something like that. Like, you don't go around calling people auntie, do you? Unless they're a family friend or they're actually your auntie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was also quite obvious that they saw that something was not really right, because there's no way that she should have known about that book or those glyphs.
Yeah, and basically the scene that follows afterwards is Quentin talking to Wraith, and Wraith essentially tells Quentin to throw him into, I'm going to say lava. I don't remember the name of the stuff, but it was basically blue lava, which was pretty cool.
Mordor. It just reminded me of the scene from Lord of the Rings. I have to admit. No, but he goes to throw the artifact in there, and he gets confronted by
his dead brother.
His dead brother, yeah, his brother's presence, which was kind of weird, and I don't know if the guy's losing it or not.
I really hope that he's either going mentally insane, or I've never said that before, or It's the artifact doing that. I don't like the idea of, we need this much personification to be able to figure out that, he's thinking about his brother or whatever.
Yeah. You need a reason to keep the artifact.
That's really nice rephrase, because that's the thing I have a problem with, that they actually need to visually make that link to his brother.
Yeah.
Then again, though, a lot of TV viewers are also kind of stupid, so... hello?
Bye-bye, TV viewers. No.
No, but... No, again, never mind. I will not make it worse.
No, but... So he doesn't throw the artifact away, and he then goes home, but Nikki and, what do you call him? Birch. Start talking, say that they've got the artifact, and he goes, it makes sense, his brother died with it, Quentin must have found it. Mm-hmm. Now, Birch then breaks into the Macaulay residence and starts rifling through things, and then proceeds to meet his demise by Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin walks in, Birch takes him by surprise with the taser, but then Birch pulls the artifact out of Quentin's coat or pocket, and then Quentin gets up and chokes Birch, and then we have another sort of vision with Quentin's brother. I don't remember his name.
Luke.
Okay.
It was Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was Luke.
Yes.
I just got really confused with the storyline there for a second. And then Luke basically tells Quentin that
he eggs him on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he eggs him. Yeah, and then Quentin chokes Birch to death. But sorry, no. When I was talking for a second, I thought that for some reason Daytak had a daughter, and it was Luke that was in a relationship with Daytak's daughter, and I got really confused for a second. I was thinking,
wow, that goes really badly.
I was thinking, wow, that storyline ended quickly, and I was like, oh wait.
No, but that was pretty much the end of that storyline in this episode. Was basically when Quentin chucked the body into the blue lava, we'll call it, and. No, it'll be interesting to see where that part of the storyline goes.
I just hope that it to be as random and weird as Terranova. I'll just say that again. Please let it not be as random and weird as Terranova.
Yeah.
Please, because Defiance doesn't need that. It has so much going for it, and it doesn't need some weird ass writing on the wall to
Voodoo.
Justify everything in the world. And it's just no, please no.
Right. One of the other side storylines in here was what was it? There was a relationship. Well, it's part of the main storyline, but it's also a side storyline, isn't it? The relationship between Nolan and Kenya.
Oh yeah. I was confused there. There's too many relationships happening. You can tell it's an American show.
Well, yeah. Now, basically, Eddie and Nolan go into the Need One, and basically Nolan shuts him down for taking Paul Maddis to the EMC, saying that he wants to be try him in Defiance.
Mm-hmm.
So Nolan gives him some script and stuff like that, and he then changes his plan to say he's going to get stonking drunk and have himself a whore.
Essentially, yes. Actually, no, that is the phrasing you used, actually. Never mind.
Pretty much. And he then picks Kenya.
Damn it, Kenya.
Who then cold shoulders him, gets two girls to come in, and tells him, don't forget to show him the six-legged
monkey crawl.
Which... I want to see this Kama Sutra book of like 30 years in the future.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean...
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. No. I mean, all I saw on Twitter was, what's the six-legged monkey?
I better see like a meme picture show up on Defiance's Facebook page. They do this every time. I want to see this.
But what got me was the look on Eddie's face. He was like, yes, I really want to see that. You're like, whoa, that's a bit too eager, mate.
Well, not really.
No, but in the end, they have a conversation. I want to know who this Hunter person is.
Hunt.
Yeah, that's the guy. Okay, yeah, I'm guessing we will know, but I'm guessing he's like the abusive boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or abusive ex-boyfriend.
Oh, right. Okay.
The pimp.
No, I don't think it's that.
No.
She seems very
space pimps.
She chose this. Wow.
Yeah.
Choose this life.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's really getting too late. I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, there was. She pretty much ended it, didn't she?
No, it's not over. What are you talking about?
Well,
this is an American show.
I'm slightly confused though. She says it's over. Does that mean he needs to start paying again, or even if he pays, there's just nothing going on? I was actually wondering this when I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, damn, you're bad."
Why does I know? Why does I know? Why do I know that's going to be a plot point in the next episode? Whether he has to pay or not, it's going to happen, and that's probably how we're going to start off that storyline. And then,
pay with your script now, boy.
And this is going to go on for 3 seasons. The payoff's not going to be. It's just not going to be good.
No, it'll be like Castle, where he goes on for like 4 series.
I haven't watched that show.
I mean, okay. Before we like spoil any other series, I do think though that the entire dynamic where you have like tension between 2 characters for seasons and seasons and seasons, eventually when a TV show is successful, you're kind of forced to write them together.
Yeah.
If you have not planned for that in advance, and your show becomes really boring because of it, Bones, then you have a big issue.
Look, I find those types of fictional relationships exhausting because
I find relationships exhausting.
Yeah,
try marriage.
This is but this is just oh god, it's gonna go on for 5 years. I know this. It's gonna happen. And I'm going to hate sci-fi when we're done with it.
It's going to be the Ross and Rachel thing, our friends, isn't it?
I am pretty sure we agreed on this last time. It's Nolan and Amanda.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I won't have it. They're not meant for each other.
Right. We'll get back onto the main storyline. No, yeah, so they've got Mattis in the prison. And
oh yeah, this is the interesting part.
This is the interesting part. With him being the pyro, as Eddie called him.
Weapons designer.
Weapons designer, yeah. Somebody dropped a bag of powder on the floor. Now, at this point, I didn't quite know who it was. I thought it might have been Doc Yule.
Yeah, that is obviously the Doctor. They don't get it on the screen, but it is.
It's not obvious though, if you think about it.
Yes, because he kind of threatened her, like, if you don't help me, I will tell everyone like what you did during the war. And she was obviously one of the researchers used by, I think, the Photon Collective as well.
Oh, that makes so much sense to me now.
Yes, but there's that, and there's also the fact that at the end Eddie pulls another satchel out of his boot, so it could have been him.
Yeah, but I don't.
Wait, who?
I don't think Eddie. Was talking about Eddie. I don't think Eddie was.
No.
It wasn't
Eddie didn't do that. Because he later explains that if I wanted to do that, I would already like be out of town with him, and that makes a lot of sense.
It does, but also they lie.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to like have him actually escape and then hunt him all over again.
It does if they're not going to let him.
Yeah, but he can just wait for the explosion, put a gun to his head, stuff him into a car, and just ride off.
Gun. Like, he had already gone and found another gun after he gave all of his other guns to Nolan. I don't think...
Where was he hiding that exactly?
He wasn't. He bought it from the dude. What? I don't even know what the race is called.
Jesus.
The big guys.
Those guys.
Okay, the big guys.
No,
but not the Bioman people.
Not the Bioman, no.
The other big guys.
The other big guys.
Yeah.
No, so that happens, and they end up going to chase him, and they start doing a search of the town, going door to door, and they finally get to Datak Tar's house, where he's actually hiding. Because he's part of, he's saying he's part of the Votan Collective, which Datak is as well.
Yes. Well, no. I don't think Datak's a part of it.
He is. He sends money off to him.
He kicks back money. But,
yeah, but are you sure that's not just on their good side?
Yeah, his affiliation is kind of hanging out there, I think. Which, I think, he's being called, he's basically being called on his behavior by the weapon expert.
Yeah.
Which was a really interesting scene.
It was. It was really good, and it was also I thought it was good that the guy slipped him some like electric, what was it, electro bugs or something like that in his food.
Yeah.
And was basically able to use it as a torture device, like an electric shock therapy, which was weird and wonderful.
And he controls it with his ring.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
It was pretty cool, and it also made it sound like Datak was just going to let one rip.
It really did. I was like, did we really need those sound effects? I don't think we did.
No, but anyway, they come in and they search the place and leave, and Paul Maris tells Datak that they're going to go for a drive, so they do, and then Nolan and Eddie catch up with them on the premise of, when we were around your house, you were too nice.
No, I knew that was gonna. Oh God, I thought that was great.
That was very subtle.
I was almost hoping that Nolan would have done something there though, and not waited until later.
Well, here's my question: did Datak do that on purpose, or?
Yes, I think.
Yes,
no, he did.
I would think so.
He was at least at the very end of the conversation, you could tell that he was being way nicer than he normally was on purpose.
I would hope so, because that would make a lot of sense. Basically.
Yeah, I just liked the bit when they were in the house and they were searching it, and he goes, I hope that he gets caught, dismembered, put his head on a spike, blah 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 blah, and then his stomach goes. He's like, ugh, and it's like, yeah, you talk shit about me, I'll just electrocute you. No, and finally the truth comes out about why people are after Paul Maddis, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they don't want to prosecute him. They just want to use his knowledge for their own personal
Yeah, they
stuff.
want to hire him.
It's basically like what happened after World War II as well.
Yeah, and
power is knowledge.
Instead of
shit,
you literally said
so
it backwards. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it backwards before.
Power is knowledge. No.
Oh wow, that is why presidents of all the countries are so goddamn intelligent. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh.
No, but Nolan makes a split decision here when he finds out that they just want him to make NWDs. He basically just shoots Paul Maddis dead in his tracks, doesn't he?
Yeah, and there's one thing we might want to discuss before we talk about that, which is Nolan's nickname.
All the way through the show, Eddie's been calling him No Man. Arissa has asked him why, and basically he turned around and said, in war it's not hard to get a nickname. I was stranded behind enemy lines in no man's land, and that's where it comes from, No Man.
But in reality,
he sounds kind of a psychopath on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Well, he just kills everyone.
He's called No Man because he leaves no man standing. That's after he shoots the bad guy.
Yeah.
By the way, is when that happens. Yeah. And then Eddie takes the fall for him.
Yes, again, bad looks of it.
What did you guys think about that?
Right, I see a lot of things here. There's a lot of honor going around here. Like with it, like we were saying when the first, it's like a Wild Wild West thing, isn't it? And there's a lot of honor in there. Now, with when we were saying that they were called Uncle Eddie, Eddie was a part of the force that saved Orisa, and also, by the sounds of it, he spent time in the EREP prisons for knocking out some people so Nolan could escape with Orisa.
Yes.
So he's done a stint. This is where the Varys plot came in, because Nolan was going to go with them, saying that, yes, you've called in this, you've done that for me, now I'll do this for you, but you say that Orisa is dead, and keep her out of it. So there's a lot of honor. It's like an honor amongst thieves, isn't it?
Well, this is what kind of confused me. It makes a lot of sense. But then the EREP shows up, and one of them needs to go down, and then suddenly Eddie thinks it's more appropriate for him to go down instead of Nolan, because Nolan obviously has Orisa. Now, this was on my mind during that scene. I was like, so now you'd rather take the fall, but you would trade in Nolan for money?
Well,
wasn't that a bit weird? Or
No.
He did do a 180 very fast.
Yes.
Well, he was pretty
Like
confident that he was going to get away anyway. Like he was even teasing the guy, Fedora guy. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we're not going to get there. And it's like, he's gone from having a payday to not having a payday to having another payday to then saying, like, he's gonna...
Well, he wasn't going to get paid because the EREP people were about to take Nolan. So that wasn't going to happen anyway.
No, but I mean, he was going to get paid for... yeah, you know what I mean. He got taken away from him.
Yeah.
But no, he did do a lot of 180s very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And then the show closes out on a great song. I feel like that's going to become a recurring thing. God damn.
Songs at the end, yeah, that's not a bad thing.
American television.
I also, there was one scene that is really
I know
weird,
what you're going to say.
like...
Did it involve Daytech and a...
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yeah, we see a bit at the very end where Daytech is getting a device. It was a camera, but it probably had like a retrieval unit on the end of it shoved up him in order to get the little thing out of his stomach. That what's his name?
Well, I'm pretty sure those were just fluids, though.
Oh, were they just fluid? Well, look, I saw a hose.
Yeah,
so.
that's well. Guess where the hose goes?
But it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was just the look on his face. The
raised
eyebrows going forward.
It was pretty great.
So, is no one going to mention Orisa and Tommy this time around?
Look.
What's up with that? Like, seriously.
It's Orisa. She's bloody social.
It's an American love story, dude. You got it. It doesn't make sense, okay? You just deal with it. It's like waving from the friggin' top of the arch and then waving from the diner.
It's like high school all over again.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it is. It's one of those things. Orisa doesn't particularly know how to respond to all these things, does she?
I just loved it where she said, "Oh, okay, you want the answer? No," and then just continued on.
No, thank you.
Do you want to come back to mine? What's there? Me, a bed, booze. Okay.
It wasn't the most tempting offer, though.
What are you trying to say against you, Sean?
No, Tommy needs to work on his pickup lines. That's all we're saying.
Yes.
That's all we're saying.
Right. Has anybody else got anything to say about the show?
Well, Amanda and the guy with the flowers.
I think they had a history, but...
Fedora guy.
Yeah, but
I want his jacket.
There's not enough, like, background on it yet, but let's hope that
he survives.
well, that he comes back and we know some more about it. But I mean, we also really don't know where Amanda came from, what her background is. Did she work for ERAP? Did she work with ERAP? Did she? I don't know. I mean,
fair point.
She was just an aide for the mayor, right? So she wasn't really that high up or anything.
Yeah, but I think they would have been that they just stumbled across the town or something when they were a kid.
That was
Maybe.
It was like Mayor Nicky did say, like, "Oh, I've known you long enough."
Yeah, and
Something
it would
like
also
that,
kind of pull from, that they were raised being taught that the E-Rep were terrible people. That would explain why they have such a strong negative opinion against them. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have such a strong negative opinion, but they do have a very strong negative opinion of the E-Rep.
Right. Other than that, anything else?
I want to know. Sorry, this song's been stuck in my head all day.
Right. Matt, where can you find us?
You can find us on our website at www.defiance-central.com and our Twitter at twitter.com/Defiance Central, facebook.com/community.Defiance Central, as well as youtube.com/Defiance Central TV. You can also find our personal Twitter accounts, twitter.com/Jenbuu3D, twitter.com//Defiance Cal, twitter.com/Matt Trek, and let's see, if you want to check out our YouTube pages that we all run, you can head over to the Defiance Central YouTube page, and I actually need to update that soon because they're about to push the new layout. And all of our channels will be linked in the featured channels box. Also, you can check out Calber's stream. Just go to calber.com. Finally, we got that right this time. he streams a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Right,
Yeah.
and also, if you want to see the Defiance Weekly content that we've also done, it should be up in the next couple of days if you're listening to this on the 23rd or the 24th, depending on when Matt gets it up.
Explain that yet on the podcast?
I did last week.
He did last
Okay.
week.
Just do it again.
Basically, the Defiance Central Weekly is a 5 to 10. Well, I say 5 to 10. I want to keep it in between like 5 and 8 minutes long.
Which means between 20 and 30, or?
No.
We're not on it, so it'll stay where it should.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I see now why we're not invited.
Basically, it just covers the week's news in tidbits and stuff like that. And you can see that on the Defiance Central TV YouTube channel.
A good tagline for that is, it's what the podcast would be if me and Cal weren't here.
Exactly.
The podcast could be 5 minutes long now. Right now we're running on an hour 7.
Is this where we finally talk about Xbox?
No, we're not talking about Xbox.
We really need to start that random podcast.
Just talk about random shit.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. As usual, and again, I've been Jenbuu, and that's been Cal and Matt.
Later, guys.
Bye, Cal.
Bye, Matt.
Take care, guys. Bye.